All right. So let's talk about what Over the Edge is. What's the Arc Erie County, New York? We're a nonprofit organization. We provide support to people of all ages who have disabilities. And if you work here, you know that we have a ton of different programs: education, residential, employment, day services, clinical, community support. Because we're a nonprofit, one of the things that we do is we organize fundraisers to support the agency. So we typically do 2 a year. This year it will be Over the Edge, and then the other one will be in September. That is Ale Trail. So let's talk about what Over the Edge is. Over the Edge is a company. They're an organization. They run these fundraising events for nonprofits. So people that are interested in participating, they get to raise funds, peer-to-peer fundraising, and what they get in return is to rappel down the exterior of a local building. When we say peer-to-peer fundraising, think about when you were in elementary school and you had to raise funds to, or raise pledges per se, to, run a mile or whatever the event was at school. You collected those funds from your friends, from your family, and then it was turned into school for whatever the fundraising event was. This time, instead of running a mile or whatever else it might have been in the past, it's rappelling. But what is rappelling? So when you're rappelling down a building or a rock face or something else, you're going down in a very controlled manner. There is no jumping. There is no falling. Your feet are against the building and you get to control how fast you go down that building. If you're in a pickle and you're up there and you get nervous or something happens and you can't lower yourself down any further, you're not going to be stuck. You're not going to be dangling from the 36th floor. The technical team will be able to assist you in getting down. You'll have a walkie-talkie on you. So again, you will be able to communicate with people at the bottom or the top. And the big question, of course, is this safe? Yes, super safe. We would never want anybody to be in a position where they don't feel 100% safe. So the technical staff that run this event are very highly trained. Think of it like having a PhD on this topic. These are people that have gone through tons of different trainings. Over the Edge has never had an issue or any problem with safety. Let's watch a little bit of a video. You'll get a better understanding of what this event is.
It's now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Karen Lair. If you were strolling through downtown Boise this morning, you may have noticed something a little unusual. Maybe a couple of people rappelling down the side of the U.S. Bank building. And one of those people was our very own McKenna King. Here's why.
With many nonprofits, fundraising plays a huge part, but sometimes getting asked to donate over and over again to different causes gets a little repetitive. So the Boise Valley Habitat for Humanity decided to switch things up.
So many times as we go out and look for ways that we might raise funds, it's the same old thing. And when we heard about this, we knew it wasn't the same old thing.
So this year they brought it back for its third run. Edgers took on all 20 stories of U.S. Bank. Anxieties were high. Not even halfway down. It's gonna be okay. But not as high as their ambitions.
I worked with my family, friends, and neighbors to help me raise money to send me over the edge. I think they were happy to see me be a little scared going off a very tall building.
Participants rounding up at least $1,000 to get the chance of a lifetime.
That money goes right to building houses and buying land, specifically for families that earn 30 to 50% of area median income.
And Boise Valley Habitat for Humanity even roped me into it.
I'm headed 270 feet over this edge, but it's all for a good cause, so I'll see you at the bottom.
I've never been more excited to be on the ground. Boise Valley Habitat for Humanity taking fundraising to all new heights. People raised over $1,000 for Habitat for Humanity to be able to go 270 feet over the edge of U.S. Bank. 70 people made their mark on the cause and left a footprint on the building, raising over $70,000. But it didn't just raise funds. It also raised awareness as thousands of people strolled through downtown Boise, eyes pointed at the sky.
It's a great icebreaker. All of a sudden you start talking about a Habitat for Humanity.
While it shakes your nerves for a few minutes, the general response from the participants was,
Could I do it again? Absolutely.
But it may not be for everyone.
Well, I keep being dared with it every year, and I keep coming up with a great excuse 3 years in a row, but pretty soon I'll run out of excuses.
McKenna King, 6 on your side.
All right, so as you saw in that video, that building was about 270 feet. We are doing 529. So the building that we have chosen is Seneca One Tower, right downtown Pueblo, 38 floors. Keep in mind that if you're interested in rappelling, the elevator does not go to the top of that building. There's about 2 flights of stairs to the roof. And we will be rappelling down the north face of the building, which is where the main entrance is, right along Seneca Street. If you still want to come hang out, you don't have to rappel. You don't have to volunteer. You can just stop by. Here are some pictures of the actual building. If you notice on the far left, that is that face of the building that we will rappel down. And we're more on the right side of that picture. And then the center picture and the picture on the right are the views from the roof. So this is looking north. If you look at the far right picture, you can kind of see City Hall there. You can see the main place. I think it's the main place towers there as well. So if you're afraid of heights, it'll definitely shake you. I'm not gonna lie. And then when you're at the top, and this is what you'd be looking at going down. So again, right on the left side of the screen is where we would be rappelling down that building. And again, there is another little view from the top. And if you're not familiar with downtown Buffalo, Seneca One is right here in that red little pin drop. You can get a little bit of a view here of the panoramic skyline. All right, if you're thinking about rappelling, here's a little bit of information. There is a weight restriction, and that is primarily due to the harness. It needs to be able to fit snugly, comfortably. So there is a 100 to 300 pound weight restriction, and everybody must sign a waiver. Even if it's an adult, a child, everybody has to sign the waiver. There is no age restriction at this time. And then, like I said earlier, all rappellers must be able to follow simple directions. So again, if you're rappelling down and you get caught in a little bit of a panic, you have to be able to follow the directions that are coming through on your walkie-talkie. All right, here is the fundraising piece. So anybody that is interested in doing this, rappelling down the building, it is a $2,000 fundraising amount. The ARC will assist by providing people with a little bit of support, maybe some fundraising ideas. Maybe you want to hold your own little bake sale or something of that nature to assist with raising funds. We'll give you some of those ideas to get you going. If you need materials, if you need flyers, if you need anything like that, we've got you covered. We'll assist with that as well. There is a form that we can use also. It's called the credit card guarantee form. So some people, they might only raise, let's say, $1,500. But event day is coming, they want to be sure that they have a slot on that building. They can sign that credit card guarantee form, continue to raise funds, and whatever balance is left come event day, that would be charged to the credit card. So credit card guarantee would have to be completed by June 1st, and it's 100% optional. You do not have to do this. If you get to that $1,500 and you're like, well, I tried, I can't raise that extra $500, that's okay. You just would not be guaranteed a spot on that rappeller schedule. There is also a registration fee. So for the month of February, it's $50, and this goes towards your fundraising amount. And then on March 1st, it increases to $75. And again, also goes towards your fundraising amount. So registration opens for rappellers on February 1st. So again, keep an eye out for those emails if you're interested in this. This will be through the fundraising platform called Fundraiser, Fundrazr. And let's talk about some frequently asked questions. So what time do you rappel? So this is an 8-hour long day. and we cannot guarantee a preferred repelling time. So if you're saying, you know what, I really want to do this, but I have to repel in the morning, I can't guarantee that. We will be developing that schedule weeks prior to the event. We can try to make accommodations, but again, cannot guarantee that. Weather, of course, is a very big concern, and Over the Edge has very, very, very strict rules about wind speed, and they are glued to the weather apps and reports from the moment that they get into town in the days prior to the event. You know, we would repel in some light rain, but if it's thundering, if it's lightning, not going to happen. Our rain date is the next day, June 15th. Right now, we have 44 repeller spots available. We could add an additional rope if we end up getting so many people that want to do this. So don't worry if you're thinking, oh my goodness, that's only 44 spots. That's not a lot. We do have some flexibility here with adding an additional rope. People supported by the Arc Erie County. If you have somebody, if you're an employee and you have someone in one of your programs that you think they might be into this, talk to them about it. Let me know. They can also repel. Again, have to be able to follow some simple directions, but even if they're using a wheelchair, we can absolutely accommodate that. The trick is going to be those 2 flights of stairs, but we can figure that out. And then again, that fundraising minimum. If you don't meet that fundraising minimum, you can sign that credit card guarantee form. But if we don't reach that $2,000 mark, you won't be guaranteed a spot on that repelling schedule. And then what if you raise more than 2,000? That's awesome. That's super fantastic. And I'm really excited about that opportunity. We have incentive prizes. We do have some Yeti coolers. We have Yeti tumblers. Everybody will get a t-shirt, volunteers and repellers. So we have some fun swag that we're working on here. Some people want to wear a costume, go for it, but we do have to be safe. Can't interfere with the harness or the helmet, can't be too loose, can't be, you know, having stringy things that are going to get caught in the repelling mechanisms. So we really want to consider safety first instead of fashion first, unfortunately. And then can you take pictures from the roof? You're going to be on top of Seneca One Tower. It's the tallest building in Buffalo. Unfortunately, we cannot take pictures, but that doesn't mean pictures will not be taken. So the reason we can't take pictures is we cannot rappel down with anything in our pockets, not even something like chapstick. If that falls from that height, it could cause some serious injury. So no phones on the roof. But PhotoFlow is a company, an app that we can use to take pictures. And then by the time you get to the bottom, they will be available on their website. So don't worry, we definitely want snapshots of everybody doing this. All right, friends, that's all I've got then. Feel free to send myself, Christy Edwards, or Jessica Trainer an email if you have any questions. And again, keep an eye on your email on January 23rd for volunteers and February 1st for repellers. Thank you.